Meeting to order.
You would like the roll call, okay? Commissioner Brenheiser, Commissioner DeBonda.
Here.
Commissioner Ellis is not here. Commissioner Hoffman. Here. Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Lark. Commissioner Lark. Commissioner Rogers.
Here.
Commissioner Ruddy.
Here.
Commissioner Sweeney.
Here.
Back, Commissioner Lark. You have a quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Just confirm that today's public meeting was probably sunshine.
Yes, ma'am.
And as always, we did start the day with an executive session. At this point, I'd like to turn to Tony Salerno to start us off. An announcement.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As you're all aware, the tragic accident at the Meadows that claimed the life of Hunter Myers, on the behalf of the commission, I'd like to express our deepest sympathies to Hunter's family and his friends and loved ones, and just ask that we all give a brief moment of silence on his behalf. Thank you all.
Let's start with the minutes from the February 25th meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review those? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Sweeney. Is there?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Brenheiser. Any questions, discussion, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any opposed? Motion passes. Just note for the sake of those of you in the audience, good news is we don't have to deal with table mics in this room. The bad news is the two microphone tiles you see in the ceiling catch everything. So if you feel some urgent need to whisper to your colleague, might want to take them out into the lobby, or the folks calling in on Teams will hear everything you say. All right, let's start with the Racing Fund financial report. Tom, take it away.
Hi, Madam Chair, thank you. On the first page, State Racing Fund, beginning cash balance, 1,974,000. Revenue for the month was 1,370,000. Expenditures for the month came to 1,775,000 for an ending cash balance of 1,561,000. Moving on to testing. Between taxes and penalties and non-tax revenue, total revenue. Horse Racing Commission was 536,000. Personnel expenditures were 404,000. Total operating were 83,000 for total expenditures of 488,000. In the individual columns for total operating, everything is within the parameters of the budget. Nothing is out of line. Moving on to the testing. Total revenue is 834,000. Personnel costs were 326,000. Total operating was 572,000 for total expenditures of 898,000. There's a reversal in the contracted services. It will be rectified in the next month, and you'll see it. Otherwise, the other columns are right in line with the budget. No issues there. Any questions so far? Moving on to the racehorse promotions, there obviously is no racehorse development trust fund transfer. That's done once a year at the beginning of the fiscal year. Expenditures for the month were 364,000, bringing the total year to date 1,098,000, which leaves a balance of about 800,000. I'm here to suggest to any of the entities that have grants, that have outstanding money that they'd like to recoup with reimbursement, would be wise to turn it in sooner than later. As you all are aware, the fiscal year ends June 30th. So I would greatly appreciate if you have outstanding invoices that you want to get paid, sooner the better. Okay?
This is Commissioner Lark joining the meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner. Moving on, the next item is the comparative year to date. Total revenue for the end of February this year is a little over 12 million, 12,000,006, compared to 11,134,000, 13% increase. The lion's share of the increase is attributed to the timing of the racehorse development transfers from last year. Due to the budget, it was slowed down. And that's the cause of the difference. Personnel costs 7.6 versus 6.7, which is about 12% up. Lion's share of that is within the last 2 years. Last year, there were raises given to union workers and others. That's the lion's share of that. Plus, we've also filled positions that were open for an extended period of time. We finally were able to fill some of those. Under total operating 7.3 million versus 7.1. There's nothing out of line here per se. Everything's within standards. Some of this is just timing. Total expenditures for the year are little over 15 million versus 13.8, or about an 8% raise. And the lion's share of that is in personnel. Any questions? The last 3 sheets are the Breeders' Fund for thoroughbreds, standardbreds, and sire stakes. They're restricted funds. Any questions or comments on the financials? That's the financial report, Madam Chair.
Thanks. You want to launch into your,
Okay, this update. Sure. This, as you're aware, there are three components of this: the racetrack safety program, the IGA, or the anti-doping, and the lab services agreement. As you're aware, the racetrack safety program the letter of intent was done back in January. We're operating under that. The 2 other agreements, the IGA and the lab services, is not done. Negotiations continue. I'm anticipating some resolution in the next couple of weeks. I have meetings this week with them. On a side note, the current agreement from last year that ended 12/31/24 has been extended again until mid-May. I think it can be pretty assured that this commission will reach a decision in the April meeting and notify the public. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
It's Commissioner Jones. Can I have a question here? Tom, I recently saw that the Louisiana State Supreme Court had declared HISA to be unconstitutional, and I don't know whether you and George, either you or George, have any enlightenment on that for us.
Commissioner, you're saying there's a recent decision by the Louisiana?
It was published 2 days ago that the Louisiana Supreme Court has declared HISA to be unconstitutional. And I don't know what the impact or the how far-reaching that decision is. I mean, maybe it's just a state court and it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Russell, I'm going to double check, but what the Supreme Court did issue 2 days ago was a ruling in the HHR machines. They were the historical racing machines that a couple of the jurisdictions had. They deemed it was unconstitutional for them to have those machines. It required a referendum by the parishes. That was issued yesterday or the day before. I've looked every day for any kind of legal rulings. On this, I didn't see one, but let me double check and I'll get back to you after the meeting.
Okay, well, maybe I'm confused. Maybe it was HHR, not HISA.
Let me just double check, Commissioner.
Anyway,
and I'll
thank
be
you for
happy
looking at it.
any other questions for Tom on HISA or Highway? All right, let's move into the administrative actions section.
Madam Chair, we have 2 motions. The first motion is to approve simulcast calendars for April 2025 for the harness tracks. That would be for Harrah's in Philadelphia, Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, and the Meadows.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Brown.
Second.
Commissioner Rogers. Any questions or discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes.
The second motion, Madam Chair, is to approve the simulcast calendars for April 2025 for the thoroughbred tracks. That would be for Parks, Penn National, and Presque Isle Downs.
Thank you. Is there
I'll
a
make
motion?
such a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner DeBunda. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sweeney. Any
Second.
questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion. All right, George, we'll turn to you for an adjudication discussion.
Thank you, Chairman. This matter comes under the Racehorse Industry Reform Act, is before the Commission on an appeal filed by licensed trainer John Tyler Service. The Board of Stewards at Philadelphia Park Racetrack disqualified the appellant's horse, or Mr. Service's horse, L. Gray, from the sixth race on October 21st, 2024, and placed the horse from first to second place as a result of interference. On October 28th, 2024, the Service appealed and requested a hearing. The hearing was conducted on February 20th, 2025. You've now had an opportunity to review the transcript and video of the race, and I will read a proposed order for you and have you vote on it. And now, this 25th day of March, 2025, it is hereby ordered that the decision of the Board of Stewards at Parks Racetrack to disqualify the horse L. Gray from the sixth race on October 21st, 2024, and to place the horse from first place to second place is hereby affirmed. That can be taken as a motion.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Let's see here. All right, Commissioner Rogers on the motion, Commissioner Sweeney on the second. Any questions?
I'm going to be voting against this decision. I believe that I viewed the race and I believe the horse has sufficient space to move over. So I'm voting no on this.
Thank you, Commissioner DeBunda. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Motion passes. Industry reports.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Again, for the benefit of the court reporter here in the room, please spell your name and your association when I call upon you. We'll start off with Scott Lisha, please, from the Meadows. Scott?
Thank you, Tony. Scott Lisha. Last name is L-I, S as in Sam, H-I-A. I have a brief statement I'd like to read. As a family of Hunter Myers and the Meadows racing community coped with the tragic loss last week, we've taken a break from racing to process everything. Out of respect for the family and everyone involved, the Meadows will take a moment to honor Hunter tomorrow at 12:15 prior to the return of racing. The Meadows, in conjunction with the MSOA, are also working on plans to honor Hunter's memory in a more permanent manner here at the property, as well as how best to assist the family, especially Hunter's fiancee, Chloe, and their son, Hayden. Once finalized, these will be announced at a celebration of life to be scheduled in the near future. I would like to personally thank Mr. Salerno and the commission for their support, as well as, as well as everyone here, especially the judges and the job they did, the EMTs and everyone involved. And you know, I thank you all and for your support, as I think the whole racing community does. And thank you.
Scott?
Scott, I know it's been a really tough week for everybody at the Meadows. Your staff, our staff, the horsemen. And it's times like this when hopefully it brings people together, and I think it has in this occasion. And I commend you for the way you stepped up to help everybody get through this by canceling the races on Thursday and Friday. And there'll still be tough roads ahead. But I think the racing community at the Meadows has showed what they're made up of. And I appreciate everything they did to get through this. Thank you. Sorry, you got to follow that, Mike. Mike Zollinger, you're up next.
Thank you, Tony. It's Mike, M-I-K-E, Zollinger, Z-U-L-L-I-N-G-E-R. First of all, I spoke with Scott earlier in the week on behalf of myself and everyone here at Mohegan, Pennsylvania. We offer our deepest condolences to Hunter's family and everyone out at the Meadows for the tragic loss of Hunter. We did hold a small ceremony in remembrance of him this past Saturday before our races. It was truly amazing how all of our horsemen have come together to support everyone and each other in this tragic event. Other than that, our handle has been strong this first few weeks of racing. Part of that is due to the Monticello canceling for those few days, so we were able to take advantage of that. Other than that, we're starting to make plans for our Derby celebration this year, so there'll be more to come on that. Other than that, that's about all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mike. Go to Barry Brown from Harris. Barry?
Thanks, Tony. Barry Brown, B-A-R-R-Y-B-R-O-W-N, Director of Racing Operations, Harris, Philadelphia. On behalf of myself and Harris, Philadelphia, we also wish our condolences to the family of Hunter Myers and to everyone at the Meadows. Opening day is right around the corner for us. We open this year Friday, April 11th. It'll be a night card with a 6:30 post. Looking forward to getting started. Qualifiers will kick off a week prior to that on Friday, April 4th. Also, same as everybody else, we're getting set for our spring season and a lot of big days, including Derby Day, and we'll have more to say about that in the coming weeks. And that's it for Harris, Philadelphia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Barry. Joe Wilson from Parks. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Joe Wilson, W-I-L-S-O-N. Echo everyone else's sentiments. Condolences, thoughts, prayers go out to Hunter's family and the entire Meadows community. We also observed the moment of silence yesterday for him. And we're hopefully winter's behind us. That's the one bright spot, and that's all I got.
Thanks, Joe. Eric Johnson, Penn National. Eric?
Thanks, Tony. It's Eric, E-R-I-C, Johnston, J-O-H-N-S-T-O-N. Like everybody else, our hearts go out to those out at the Meadows, and anything we can do to help them out is certainly just for the asking. It's a sister property, so hopefully everything works out there. On our end, it's kind of quiet right now. We got 2 more days of racing in this current period. We'll take 3 weeks off and then come back with a bang for the Triple Crown and Penn Mile season. And we got a lot of fun stuff planned for the summer. So looking forward to a great summer. And I'd also like to echo Joe's sentiments that thank God winter's over. I had enough.
Thank you, Eric. Matt Ennis from Presque Isle. Matt?
This is Matthew Ennis, M-A-T-T-H-E-W, last name E-N-N-I-S. A bit of a buzz around here is next week our personnel are returning to work to ready the track for training. Our backside is opening Monday, April 21st, with our first day of training to be Wednesday, April 23rd. Our first day of racing is scheduled for Monday, May 19th with a 3:30 post time. So we're looking forward to that, certainly getting underway with the new season. And the property is prepping for our parent company's race called the Kentucky Derby. So that's all I have here at Presque Isle.
Thank you, Matt. Go to Mike Durant, PHHA. Mike?
It really come up.
Yeah.
We'd like
I
to
do.
see
You
you.
do, yeah. I just want to echo everyone else's sentiments. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike Harant, Mike, last name's Harant, the Executive Director of the PHHA. I just want to echo everyone else's sentiments. Condolences from the entire PHHA to Hunter's family, everyone involved, commission staff, Scott, Donnell, everyone out there. And just to, out east, Pocono's been doing very well. We've lucked out with weather, thankfully. And Chester's right around the corner. As Barry said, April 11th is our first day, and we're about 10 days from our first qualifier. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike. I think we have Donnell on from the MSOA. Donnell?
Yeah, thank you, Donnell, DAWNELLE, Mock, MOCK. I just want to thank you all for your kind words and everything. As Scott said, we're working on our tribute walk for tomorrow for Hunter. So his family will be here. So I know it'll be a hard day, but we're going to make him proud. So thank you all.
Thank you, Donnell. Jeff Matty? Jeff, are you on?
Thanks, Tony. This is Jeff, last name Matty, Matty. Just on behalf of the entire PTHA organization and all of our horsemen, our thoughts and prayers go out to Hunter's family and the Meadows. It's just a tragic incident. So on behalf of all the horsemen here, we're sending our best wishes to him and his family, Donnell and their entire teams out there. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Jeff. Todd Mostetler. Todd from the HBPA, are you on? We have Todd. We have Jim and Mike Simpson from the Standardbred Breeders.
Yes, Mike Simpson, MikeSimpson. No report today.
Okay, Mike. Brian, you're up.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Brian Sanfratello, BrianSanFratellO. On behalf of the PHBA, our condolences go out to Hunter's family and the Meadows. Our report on the first page are transfers to the breeding fund from slot revenues. After first 2 months of the year, we're up 333,000. That's on the first page. Our awards banquet is on May 9th at the Inn at Mendenhall in Chatsford. Russell Jones will be receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award at our ceremony. And Tom either passed out the invitation or will shortly be passing out the invitation to everyone. Annual meeting, May 21st at Kennett Square Country Club, 4 p.m. So everyone is invited to that. And our April newsletter is attached. We have Simply Joking, which is on the Kentucky Oaks Trail. She's 2 for 2. 2 stakes wins. She's going to be running on Saturday, and the Grade 2 Fantasy Stakes, and if everything goes well there, hopefully the Kentucky Oaks. So it should be a fantastic Saturday, and she's the favorite in the race. So knock on wood, hopefully everything will go well. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Brian. Madam Chair, there was no request for public comment, but Tom has an additional item.
I have one additional item. This will be Cheryl Cook's last meeting as chairing the Racing Commission. She's heading into retirement in mid-April. The chairman has provided a statement and asked me to read it on his behalf. Unfortunately, he says Brian is well aware he saw him downtown. So with further ado, I will read the statement from the chairman.
Uh-oh.
It is my great honor to recognize the service and the leadership of the Deputy Secretary Cook. Her dedication to agriculture has been shaped by years of experience at the federal level, where she has championed policies that uplift our farmers, strengthen rural communities, and ensure that agriculture remains at the forefront of innovation and progress. For years, Cheryl has brought that same passion and commitment to her service here in Pennsylvania, leading critical programs at the Department of Agriculture. Throughout her time in state service, Cheryl has not only been a leader, but also a champion for the dedicated employees of the Department of Ag. She has also always put people first, fostering an environment where innovation is encouraged, hard work is valued, and every team member is respected and supported. Cheryl has been a tireless advocate for forward-thinking, inclusive, and equitable approaches to agriculture. She has worked to ensure that every voice, whether from small family farms or large-scale operations, has a seat at the table. Her vision has not only strengthened Pennsylvania's agricultural industry, but has also set a standard for what it means to lead with integrity, passion, and purpose. Her impact extends beyond the fields and barns, reaching into the world of horse racing, the sport deeply woven into the fabric of our agricultural economy. Through her leadership, she has championed efforts to enhance the safety and well-being of equine athletes, ensuring that the industry thrives while upholding the highest standard of care and integrity. Her work has supported initiatives that prioritize horse welfare, strengthen oversight, and promote a future where the sport remains competitive, responsible, and respected. Today, we celebrate not only Cheryl's service, but the lasting legacy she leaves behind. Her work will continue to shape ag and our industry for years to come, ensuring that progress is not just a vision, but a reality. Please join me in thanking Deputy Secretary Cook for her extraordinary dedication and leadership.
Many thanks to all of you, especially those of you who've been putting up with me since 2003, when all I knew about horses was that they made me sneeze. And, it's been an honor to work with all of you from in your own dedication that you're still here when you were here in 2003. Sam Beagle, right, and Mike Simpson, and Sweeney, Ed Rogers, who tried his best because of Lebanon Valley College to teach me what he knew, and Sal DeBunda, who's been trying to teach me for how many years. Really all of you have just been so important and so nice to come back to in 2015, even though racing was not my hero in the Wolf administration. It was my pleasure and my privilege to be the alternate to Secretary Redding when he couldn't attend for these last 10 years. So thank you all so much. 16 years now with the Pennsylvania Department of Ag, over 3 governors, 14 years with USDA, over 2 presidents, 30 years of biting my tongue. And after watching everything I've worked for the last 40 years get tried to be blown to smithereens, I can't stand it anymore, and I have to get my freedom of speech back. Well, it's time to get going. So thank you all again, and hope to see you all, everybody, and we are adjourned.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl.